He chose them. He was loving, although they provoked Him. And they complained against Him, it seemed like, at every hand. And it's interesting, as they were complaining against the Lord, as they were there starving after God's delivered them from Egypt, and they think, we're just going to die out here in the wilderness of starvation. They want to talk about the past as though slavery was something to be desired, as though it was really great. And folks, I got to tell you something. There's nothing great about slavery. I'm glad both of you agree with me on that point. Okay, the rest of you want to try it out to make up your mind? What? There's nothing great about slavery. And when they looked back over their time in Egypt, you know what? All they remembered was not that they worked 16 hours a day making bricks with not enough provisions and in the sun, and if they stumbled and fell, they had a whip on their back. They got put in stocks and chains. If they rebelled against their taskmaster, they were put to death. They didn't remember all that filled their days, the misery, the heartache, the fact that they had no ability to act independently, they had no sovereignty as a nation might, but they were subservient completely to the Pharaoh. And what did they remember about Egypt? Oh, we sat around the flesh pots and we were eating. Man, I'm going to tell you something. All they thought about was, look at all the food we had to eat in Egypt. So, my friends, isn't it wonderful that the Egyptians gave them 3 hots and a cot? You can get that over in Florence, and I don't mean at the Motel 6. Can I get a witness? Some of you don't say anything, we'll know where you came from, all right? But the fact is, look, you can get 3 hots and a cot in prison, and you know what? You'll get out and you'll think, oh, we sat around eating all the time. What in the world are you talking about? Folks, I remember my time in Florence. We didn't sit around eating all the time. I was just stopped off at the McDonald's there. I'm kidding. I went there with George Timms to visit the men on death row and to have a Bible study at the prison. But look, what I hear is that they have bologna, but that's it. You want to sit around and say, man, when we were back in the big house in the Gray Bar Hotel, we really had it good eating those bologna sandwiches, didn't we? That's how they tried to remember Egypt. And now they're free. And here's, several million people, and they're looking at Aaron and Moses like, what's for dinner? I'm hungry. And so they had the ability to just automatically whip up some dinner for this whole gang of people. The truth was that the Lord led them there for a purpose, and it was to demonstrate that He's a good and a faithful God. It was to demonstrate that His grace would be sufficient.